Hey everybody, and welcome to Tales from the Clinic. This is a new podcast hosted by Dr. Molly O'Banion and myself, Ashley, just a regular gal. The premise of this podcast is all things pets and veterinary medicine. Dr. Molly is here to do that part. I am here to make sure she's using words us regular people can understand. Each episode we will dive into different aspects of veterinary medicine, interesting cases seen at the clinic, and just general advice on pet ownership in hopes of educating and giving a glimpse into our world. So, let's get started. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the podcast. Today, we are going to be talking about a very special someone in my heart.
Special.
He's very,
Special.
pretty. Yeah, special. This man goes by the name of Ollie. He is my 14-year-old cat who tried to unalive himself a long time ago. I talked about this a little bit in the introduction. It was traumatizing, and we are going to talk about it today. So a little bit about the background on this guy. So I got him a long time ago. I think he was probably 6 to 8 months old whenever I got him. At the time I was living in Lubbock, moved to Houston. And after being in Houston for a couple years, me and the person I was dating at the time, we were both getting ready to graduate. We were both getting ready to go backpack through Spain together. And then Ollie decided that he was not getting enough attention out of everyone. And so he decided... Too many life changes. Cats do not do well with life changes, and they will let you know it.
They're tiny stress buckets.
And they can turn into medical disasters if they're stressed out for too long. It's awesome. Let's talk about it. So, honestly, I didn't really notice much at first. I think in hindsight, I would say it presents itself very similar to a UTI. A lot of times it can be a UTI. Molly will go into that a little bit later. But he was going back and forth between the 2 litter boxes that I had set up in our condo. He was vocalizing when he would go urinate. No blood in the urine yet that I remember. And then at one point the lethargy kicked in, and then it came down to, I can't remember. I think he yowled in a very weird way to where I was like, okay, screw it. We're going to the emergency room. It was the middle of the night.
I feel like I remember getting text messages saying that he is rolling around in the middle of the floor screaming.
Yeah, we sent you videos. I couldn't remember if that was like after he reblocked asking your opinion or if that was the first time.
I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway.
It is very painful.
Yeah.
And they are obviously uncomfortable. I mean, imagine if your bladder was blocked and you couldn't pee for...
hours.
Right. Ouch.
Yeah.
And it always seems to happen after hours and not during normal business time.
Mm-hmm.
That's just cats for you.
Yeah. And this is one of those that you can't wait until the next day.
No, you put them at risk of life unaliving.
Risk at life unaliving.
Yes.
Yep.
It is not safe. Not safe at all.
So we blocked the first time. We aren't sure on the timeline, but possibly Molly said, go to the ER now. So we went. They unblocked him. They placed a urinary catheter, drained whatever. I think they said, he didn't have stones. It didn't seem like there was anything really in there. So once he hangs out for a couple days, get him unblocked, send him home, we're done. So we do that. Within 12 hours, I think he reblocked.
Yeah, it was pretty fast.
Yeah. So we went back to the emergency room. They unblocked again. Basically rinse, repeat, which now that I'm more educated on this topic, I'm a little fussed about. But rinse, repeat, hospitalized with urinary catheter for a few days, and then sent us home again. And within 24 hours for sure, but maybe within 12 hours again, he reblocked. At this point, I am out thousands of dollars thinking that this is you can't just keep unblocking a cat every couple days.
Well, you can.
I mean, you can, but what's a quality of life? Not ideal for multiple reasons. Then we finally texted Molly and we were like, hey, this is getting to quality of life, euthanasia type talk, and we don't want to do it at the ER. And Molly was like, there's a surgery.
The end.
What?
What?
Yeah, so then come to find out, there's a whole surgery that Molly's going to go into with you guys. And I guess, spoiler alert, Ollie's alive and thriving. He woke me up at 4 a.m. for his breakfast that is served at 6 a.m. He's doing fantastic. So we're going to talk about all the efforts that went into this ungrateful child. Molly, once we got here, what did you see?
Okay, so let's go back up a little bit. Cats love to get UTIs. It's just one of their favorite fun evening activities. But they also love to get what we call FIC, which is feline interstitial cystitis. And it's just where they get stressed out. The bird outside the window is talking rude things to them. They're getting bullied by their other cat. You move the chair across the room and they don't like it there. And so their bladder gets inflamed. It has UTI-like symptoms. It makes a lot of mucus. It makes a lot of grit. It causes the bacteria or the urine to become a basic pH, which encourages bacteria overgrowth. It encourages crystalline formation. The crystals like to party, so they all join together and they create these little gritty, sandy stones. And then as they're urinating, the mucus and the stones and the grit and the sand and the bacteria make these little plugs. And then they try to exit and they get stuck and they cause a blockage. Worse than a pileup on I-45. And they stop everything. The bladder gets really, really big. It becomes very, very uncomfortable. Their kidneys back up with urine. Their kidneys start shutting down. If you don't get to it in time, the bladder can rupture. And then it is very sad. Bye-bye, cat.
Something else I want to insert, and this might actually be a myth, and here you are to disprove it if so, but Ollie, the only reason I scooped him up in Lubbock was because I was dead set on getting the runt of the litter. And in hindsight, people have said the runt of the litters can have smaller urethras.
No.
No?
But it does, the size of the urethra does have to do, or it does have a scientifically proven correlation with the age of the neuter. And with a lot of our shelters, which there's a ton of cats in shelter situations because there's a ton of unhomed cats.
Right.
With shelters, they'll neuter as soon as 8 weeks old.
Right.
And then they don't have enough time to mature sexually. Hate that in cat, but hate that. And their urethra stays smaller, which leads them to be more prone to blocking. I also feel like I just see it more in orange males.
That's interesting.
Like the orange cats.
They have all their specials.
Yeah, I mean, Ollie's not orange, but he wants to be.
He's an idiot.
And females can also get FIC, and they also can do all the same things, but they don't have that pesky penis.
Pesky. Those darn things.
That causes the blockage issue. They just pee out their sand.
A part of me really thinks that we need to start doing our blogs on videos because our facial reactions are half of the show.
I can't. Oh my gosh. Okay.
They just pee out their sand. Okay.
It's fine. It's probably really uncomfortable, but it's not life-threatening.
I'm gonna drink some coffee now.
Okay, so management. Obviously, if they have a UTI and you don't fix that, the bacteria can travel up to the kidneys, and that can be also life-threatening, and UTIs just suck. So don't be that person. Get your cat's UTI fixed. If they have FIC, that is more of a lifetime condition, and if they get it once, they're prone to get it again. We manage it by managing the stress in their life. Getting rid of that bullying bird. Moving the chair back to the place they prefer it.
I'm a hostage in a hostile situation. I just want y'all to know that.
Giving them feet massages, but only for as long as they want. And cat Prozac.
I love him so much.
We also like to try to keep their urine acidic because it decreases the amount of crystalline structures that form and the amount of bacteria that can overgrow, and it helps to kind of break down all that mucus that they create. It's just beautiful. So we do that with cranberry extracts, which there are a lot of over-the-counter cranberry supplements that you can buy for cats. Cranidin is the one that I have the best luck with. CRANIDIN. You can get it on Amazon. No sponsor. Apple cider vinegar in the water bowl also helps, but if you pour too much of it, then it's gross and they won't drink, and then you're causing another problem. So it's just like 1 or 2 little drops.
Yeah, I think I was doing 3 or 4 in a water bowl, and it was way too much.
Well, that's normal stuff. But if you just make it like a touch,
Yeah.
a touch of the ACV, then it helps.
A touch.
Just a smidge, just a pinch.
Just a smooch.
It helps to control FIC symptoms, but it doesn't make it fully go away. Ooh, Dasaquin, which is an arthritic supplement, also helps with bladder inflammation.
Oh, I think you've prescribed that for my kiddo before.
Which is strange, and just don't ask questions.
Things have secondary uses. It's very fascinating. What's the other one we recently learned about? The
Serenia?
Serenia can be used as an anti-inflammatory.
It's a nausea medication,
Yeah.
but it is a great soft tissue anti-inflammatory. So it helps with tracheal collapse coughing. It helps with FIC bladder inflammation. It's about as close to magic as we have.
It really is.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, back on...
Anything sick? Give it a Serenia. It'll be fine.
Give us Serenia.
Except people. In people, it causes you to vomit, which is a fun party trick.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so once we're managing our FIC, if your cat unfortunately blocks, and it's a male, obviously, because it blocked pesky penis, the first time when they're first offenders, we will sedate them, stick a catheter up there, flush their bladder out until it's not bloody and you can see anymore, leave the catheter in there for 48 to 72 hours to allow for that inflammation to die down, keep them on IV fluids to support their kidneys, so this is all an in-hospital stay, send them home with the PSA warning that this is likely to happen again. We do have the lucky fella where it doesn't. But the majority of the time, it happens again. Once they're a second or a third time offender, we start having that important conversation of how many times do we do this unblocking game versus are we going to do the PU surgery, which is a perineal urethrostomy. Spell that.
No.
No.
I thought about it.
Ooh, we lost electricity recently, and I made her write my prescription labels.
Oh, God. Okay, before she tries to bully me, all of my left-handed brothers and sisters out there, you know where this is going. It maybe got a little smudged.
That was great. She spelled hydroxyzine wrong. It's fine.
Okay, you know what? It was hot. I was trying to move as little as possible.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so a PU surgery. It is a great tool. It is not a fix-all. It also has its cons. So we really, in these guys, have to weigh the pros versus cons. And do you want a cat or do you want this cat?
Yeah.
Because that's a serious conversation to have. Because once we do that PU surgery, you can't go back. You can't put the penis back on. Because we are taking it off. Pesky penis. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
They are more prone to UTIs. They're urethra constricture. They can have all sorts of issues. But there are cases, like Ollie, where it fixes it. And yes, he's had a couple UTIs, but it's easy.
Yeah, but that's part of the long-term downside.
Yeah. I mean, they're going to have that with normal FIC anyway.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
He hasn't reblocked since then.
He has not. The only thing he's done is since the traumatic event, and he knows how worried I get when he makes a certain kind of meow, he has remembered that meow 10, 11 years down the road.
It hasn't been 11 years.
I swear it has.
No, I haven't been a vet for 11 years.
Oh, yeah. I guess you're not that old.
Rude.
Or I'm not that
It's
old.
been like 7 or 8 years.
7 or 8. Man, I'm really bad at math.
Ah,
Sorry.
that's like a 33% increase almost. Rude.
I'm not a math magician, okay?
I can't. Gosh. So yes, Ollie has you trained.
Yeah, it's dumb and infuriating, but I'm glad I did it. I'll be honest. He was unfortunately my spirit animal. Soul.
It's a horrible spirit animal.
It's a horrible spirit animal. Ashley, tell me about your life. Well, example A. Look at this thing.
Also, just for funsies, if we ever meet outside of this room and this microphone, Ashley likes to introduce me to strangers as her friend who built her cat a vagina.
That's true. That's one of my favorite things to share.
It's not anatomically correct, but it's also not wrong.
Sometimes I get weird in social situations.
Sometimes? God. Okay, should I go into the specifics of the surgery? Do the people like that?
Yeah, we can do that here.
Okay, cool. Okay, because this is my favorite part. Okay, ready? You put the cat on its belly, obviously under anesthesia, heavy anesthesia, all the way under anesthesia. You don't want them feeling this. That's just rude. You put the cat on their belly and you put the booty in the air. We put them like up on towels. You shave...
Booty in the air!
Booty in the air, booty in the air. You shave and you scrub all around their booty and their little penis. You make an incision around their penis and you pull... You know what? If you're squeamish, you should skip ahead. You pull it out with the skin. You have to relieve some of the little fibrous tissues, but it's actually a lot easier than it sounds. You just kind of pull it out and the bladder just kind of sits deeper into the pelvis. Mm-hmm. And then you cut the urethra open from the dorsal surface and you open it kind of like a book and you suture the edges to the edges of the skin.
Okay. For the record, we haven't gone into detail on this surgery between me and Molly specifically ever.
Sorry.
I just know he has inside-out dingling, so it's a hoo-ha. That's as much.
Then you cut his penis off, and so it's just the bladder and the urethra, instead of going all the way to the end, is opened like a book and attached to his skin.
Yeah.
Yeah. But as you can assume, I'm sure, you're removing the external sphincter.
Yes.
And so you are disrupting their natural ability to protect themselves from external environment, which is where your chronic UTIs and stuff come from.
Lovely.
Are you having fun? I am.
This is you're having fun. Which means I'm having fun.
Whatever, I saved your spirit animal's life. Regardless of how goofy he is.
Useless.
So, in cases like Ollie, he is able to live a reasonably normal-ish life for 7 or 8 years now. Now, there have been some that I've done, which I've done a lot of them, but there have been some that have strictured afterwards. So the inflammation from the urethra just is too much, and it just kind of strictures down, like it closes more, and they block again. And once you do this, there's not a whole bunch of tissue left. Sometimes I'm able to do a revision and save them, and sometimes it's not savable.
Yeah.
And at that point, we really, really, really have to have the quality of life talk, which sucks. But, I mean, in that case, you've done literally everything you can for the cat, and that's just one of those things that happens.
Yeah.
A lot of people... So PUs are not done by a lot of veterinarians. There's some of us that do them outside of the referral hospital world, but they're not done by everybody. But I do feel like if it's an option that you're interested in trying for your pet, there is somebody that you could find to help you. Bring it up to your vet if you ever get in this situation.
Yeah.
Because some vets don't, if they don't do it, they may not talk to you about it, which is sad because it is a valid path.
Yeah. So afterwards, once Ollie Belly decided he was going to be a woman and he was okay with that, he came home. I'm trying to think what all we did. We kept him in a cone for like 2 weeks at least, possibly even longer. We had a guest bedroom that was unoccupied because we usually rented it out. And that bed the mattress was on the floor because we also use it as an office. And I moved into the guest bedroom with Ollie for 2 to 4 weeks, whatever it was. Because we were like, as soon as he was like done healing and we could take the stitches out, I'm pretty sure like within a day or two is when we left for Spain for 6 weeks. My soul animal, which is useless, just had massive surgery and tried to unalive himself like 5 times within the last month. And now I'm leaving for a month and a half.
Oh my god.
It was so stressful.
Well, and y'all were like off the grid too, so it's not even like you could FaceTime him all the time.
Nope. I think I talked to that cat one time while I was in Spain. Thank you, Leah.
Well, he's fine. He's fine, and everybody survived, and y'all made it through.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Kind of.
Congrats, Ollie. I know that this has happened to some of y'all. I know that some of y'all listening can relate. You've had a friend, a relative, somebody that has had cats with chronic urinary issues. If you have any questions about any of those cases, reach out to us. If you have any cats that you're currently dealing with this problem and want some advice, reach out to us, and we will do the best that we can to answer anything.
Yep.
Dr. DVM. No.
Wrong.
Dr. mollydvm @gmail.com.
That was beautiful.
I tried.
We'll see you later.
Make good incisions.
Thank you for joining us on Tales from the Clinic. Again, we are your hosts, Dr. Molly and regular Ashley. For more insider scoops into the vet med life and pet ownership, hit that subscribe button for updates on new episodes, and of course, share our channel to spread the word. Check the podcast notes below to see how you can get in contact with us. You can find all of Dr. Molly's affordable pet healthcare clinics on social media as well. Thanks again, and talk soon.